Impossible. Unreachable. Lexical.
Someone told me recently that like they like when I grunt.
Yeah.
So I mean I don't like feel like I need to like I mean that's not, it was more just like a I had to like actually I think it's just like it's just a light growl.
Yeah.
I'm not like the noisiest, like I don't like feel like I need to talk that much when I have sex.
Talk. That's not talking.
No, exactly. And that's like
It's
that's,
you get to make sound, but it doesn't have to be in English.
Sure.
That's my favorite part. I don't want to. I'm tired of this. This has got to stop.
But literally, like
if you won't stop talking, let me stop it for you.
It's mostly because it's like
mouth.
how do I like
This has got to stop.
dirty talk I feel like is dirty talk I feel like is just like how many different ways can you say the same like 2 or 3 things?
Right.
And so it becomes creative writing.
It is creative writing.
Like and so like
whoever's motivated by
and
that.
I'm not a good like
Turned on.
I'm not a good storyteller. I'm not a good like
You're not a good storyteller.
if I think of sentences like ahead of the fact, I can't. On my feet, I'm not witty. I'm not, anyway. But so on that note, like so me thinking of like hot like things to say like in a different way, a different time, like that's too much thinking.
It's too much thinking.
And then sex is not fun anymore.
It's not for thinking. That's not what it's for.
It's just like.
It's not for thinking.
So why do we gotta, I mean, like, I know people, like, it naturally comes out, and so, like, good for you, but, like, I don't need to be repeating that. I don't need to say the same thing. I mean, like, say it once, say it twice, whatever, but, like, I'll just say, like, I need my script.
Yes, daddy.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we need.
That's all we need.
Harder. Yes. No.
That's why the grunting is better.
Yeah, and I need to embrace it.
You know? I'm, like, nowadays, I'm like, listen, do you have problems with loud sounds? Do we have somewhere to go for that? You know, because I'm a sound maker. I always have been.
Yeah, I like sounds.
But I always had to make it through the damn violin, and now I got other things coming out, you know?
Right.
We got other things.
I go from metal flute to skin flute? No. I was never into, people always try to make those jokes to me online. I never knew how to come back with it because it was the most unoriginal.
Skin flute. No, I remember being on a tour with you, and you were like, being like, ugh.
Yeah, I'd be like, I play the flute, and be like, do you play the skin flute? But thankfully now, because I don't just play the flute, like I play multiple instruments. So I just say I play woodwind, and so I don't usually lead with I play the flute, and so like.
Oh, the flute got really specific, but woodwinds was broad enough that nobody would take it there.
Yeah, like I usually say like woodwinds, and I list the instruments, but no one's ever like.
You list them in your grinder.
No. Like when people ask me, like I don't usually just say like what do you do or like what instrument do you play? I'm like I don't just say woodwinds. No. I'm like woodwinds, ... flute, oboe, clarinet, sax, just to like give a little bit of information.
Yeah, not everyone uses the word woodwinds on a daily basis.
Exactly. So
woodwinds.
I mean, I guess yeah. Woodwinds. Hi. I'm Phil. This is Queen JD, and the topic is chosen family, community, a biological family, creating community with people in general. That is a huge topic.
It is, actually. It just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
I mean, I think I'm like an introvert, and I feel like I've learned that
I've learned.
You know how to be more social. I've always considered myself an introvert with FOMO. So like
an introvert with FOMO.
So like I mean, being social can be exhausting, but I'm not scared of the world.
We're not scared.
Like I want to experience the world. I want to be out there. I want to like do stuff. I'm not scared to be around people.
We want to experience.
And thankfully, I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who like don't enjoy, being around people, and people who need people. There's people who don't need people.
Yeah, where's that song, Sondheim?
Did he write it?
Did he? I don't know.
I just think of Barbara first.
No, it is Barbara. Yeah, I don't know.
Is that Julie Stein? That's Funny Girl.
That is Funny Girl. He didn't write
I saw that.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite moments on Broadway. I love that song, and it really gets to me.
Why? How does that resonate with you?
Oh, I love people.
Yeah,
and then it's like when you're alone thinking about how much you love that person.
Uh-huh.
Like that in and of itself is that's the like what you're getting off on. It's just thinking about your image that you've made about this person through your experience, you know, and then like just.
But I feel like kind of like me, like we like people in the sense that like also like we like our community of people.
Yeah,
And that's
find your
obviously
people.
like where we're most comfortable with, a place where you can feel like you can be yourself the most.
Be you.
You can, you know, Juan out.
Queen
as they
out, yes,
say.
yes. Being able to clean out, right? Which is a language. It's like a.
Yeah.
It's when the birds get together and they're like, yeah.
It's like you're releasing like code switching. It's just like
Yes.
Like, this is like the status quo, or like this is the like your original form.
Maybe.
And then you're finding you can be your original form in like your community your comfortable community setting versus like your form, you know, business person.
Right. What am I today?
You know, how am I going to speak? How much decor am I going to put up?
Right. Decor that you have to put up, language that you have to use to be understood if you're speaking too far outside of that. Calibration is how I would look at it. Calibrating to your social circumstances.
It's like what I say, like, oh, pussy snatched today, girl. Like, would I say that to one of my...
Right.
Would I say that to a...
I think there's the gay fantasy that you do and that nobody gets mad about it.
Just for the shock factor.
Yeah, that's what it always comes with. It's like, you're just trying to be shocking. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. No, I was just only with homosexuals for so long that I forgot that was not. Okay.
Sure. Okay. Actually, I see that.
No, I had a friend who was a doctor. Well, he was in med school, and he would get talked to all the time about being too queenie because it was coded as unprofessional.
Sure.
Yeah, in a strong way. And he was just like, okay, sure. You know.
Yeah.
Whatever you say.
Whatever the...
You get to decide.
Corporate decorum.
The corporate decorum. Well, and we were talking about how classical music was so hetero, or it wasn't gay enough for us. But that's part of it. That's part of where you experience it sometimes, is if you speak a little too loose with...
Sure, right? Yeah.
Right. And people are like...
Just like, you know, go to sleep at 9:30, 10.
As a musician?
No, not me. I'm a crazy New Yorker.
Yeah. Tell me about your post-show routine. This one likes Taco Bell after a show.
I love Taco Bell. I am definitely popping after a show. I used to go to sleep like 2 a.m., especially on tour, like 2 a.m., like... I'm hungry after a show.
Well, you're energized. I started to have to think about it as like your noonday, the noon of your day, where the sun is the strongest. The noon of your day is actually at 9 p.m. when you're playing a show. It's like in the middle of the show. Yeah. You know, that's where you need your energy to peak. And so then you like have to redesign your schedule to serve that, because that is your work. And, you know, it's like if that's your farm. Harvest.
Harvest your energy.
Yeah, harvest your energy.
Maintain it, save it, only use so much for work, and then save the rest for when you want Taco Bell, when you want late. And there were some cities who had like really good like late night, anything like other food, like Thai food. I think in San Francisco there was late night Thai food. In Chicago, you can get almost everything. Go to Boys Town, and
it's always the little towns where there's just nothing afterward. You like someone in the crew will find the bar that you like share that information. So it's like if anybody needs to eat after, these are the places that are open. Somebody's done that research and they're sharing it. Yeah, that's the situation. Yeah, tour, and then you feel like you like don't belong. You know, like you're sitting in a spot and you have no idea. You don't have enough context to understand where you are. So you can't be motivated to try and fit in.
Yeah, there's a lot of different kinds of people in backstage in a theater, right? Actor types are different than musician types, that are different from stage crew types, that are different from management types.
Different energies.
And they aren't always your people necessarily.
No, not necessarily.
And so how would you define chosen family?
Chosen family is, well, it's the family you're choosing, right? Or that chooses you. I got to talk about this when I was officiating that wedding, because I was just like, okay, the part I can actually get behind here is that we're in each other's lives because we chose to be. And then there are people that you didn't choose who just find you on a level, you know, and you're like, they choose you and they're like, you're the person that I want to be with and make family with. And family then becomes like, you know, your gathering points and I feel like in chosen family, we all have extended families, right? Like you have your friends that branch out behind you.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll meet them. The longer you're in chosen family with somebody, the more you'll be like, you'll meet this person or that person. And then it just starts to feel very poly, even if it's not about the sex.
Well, I feel like there's like friends that I have that I wouldn't necessarily call chosen family.
Okay. What differentiates?
That's also what I'm like, thinking about it too.
Okay.
Is that, I mean, maybe it does kind of start with like things that I would want to, someone I would want to celebrate holidays with. I almost feel like there's even like a slight, just general interpersonal intimacy. I don't know, maybe just like just how we talk to each other. Mm-hmm. That even with like maybe some friends I haven't completely like, you know, there's still like just general slight walls, but I mean not necessarily intentional, but just it's just like maybe a level of comfortability that you found with someone. Mm-hmm. You just like fall into someone. Is that too? is that too romanticized for me?
No, I mean I think it took it took some time for that to like really gel with us, but we were together in such a variety.
But I also like time apart too.
Oh yeah, necessary.
I mean, like, yeah, like I don't mind. Like that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But and it's also I think the fact that maybe you know that we could like be you know early a year or so ago, or like you know we could spend plenty of time and then just come back and just be like fun and comfortable. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's kind of like a lot like versus maybe having to start over or just I don't know.
Right, it's the starting over factor. Do you feel like you can just pick right up with somebody? That's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
Because it's a different kind of relational labor to be in somebody's life every single day. And I don't know, you could take labor to be like, do you feel it as a weight or not? It's like an effort that needs to be made or like it's
or a
part
certain
of,
kind of dynamic that just needs to make sense for every day versus.
Well, I found that like the person I live with, that's a really specific dynamic.
Yeah.
Somebody who's going to see you almost every single day. Yeah. Somebody that you're going to like agree on the vibe that you want to keep. Yeah. Agree on like the boundaries that you want to keep. It's like, it's a really specific thing. And people that I like had like rabid sex with were probably the least qualified to fit that role.
Yeah, no,
would not, but love this, you know?
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, yeah.
I like the assumption that those two have to align has always baffled me.
Yeah, because I mean, like, yeah, your desire for sex. And
not the same thing.
Yeah, your desire for sex and your desire for just like a comfortable home space. Can be definitely two different things, and I think that's what kind of fucks up a lot of things that people think that like they should be having good sex all the time with their partner
that they live with.
But like you know, if I was eating sushi every day, like I fucking love sushi, but I can't eat sushi every day. So like after a while, you know, you could essentially you just get tired of it. You get used to it.
Yeah, you. Had this leftover.
It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just it's just like I know there are some people that like can like eat a lot of things like every day and like can say that for the people who truly know that they want to and can be monogamous.
Right. We don't know about it.
And so like, but I think most people want to be monogamous, but at the end of the day, they can't really do it. And I think obviously that's what causes a lot of issues in the monogamous heavy culture that we live in, under the structure, under the construct, and as just humans, as animals, like. No, I want to get back to home, the family.
What about home? I named Ocean Song Home on the album, and I say home, 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 home. Over and over.
You say home a lot of times.
A lot of times. I started thinking about how it sounds like om, which is that, you know, you do that and you meditate and you're like, om, I mean, right? That thing. So then home.
At the beginning,
om. And like when you make that sound in your body, try it.
oh, like
Just home. Dwell on the O a little bit.
home,
Home. Home. You can get a lot of resonance on that vowel. Can you feel it down your throat? Home.
in the back.
Home. 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 Yeah, feeling the resonance in the body. That's one of my favorite things about being a musician was like feeling it in my body. Not
vibrations.
Not really a classical value sometimes if you move too much, but the feeling of the, like, there's a gesture to it and there's a feeling and there's a resonance. And then like the violin's literally on your neck vibrating, right? You have air moving through like your lips and you're getting all of the vibrations resonate. You're like with the instrument going, and my vocal cords are doing it. So there's just like getting really into that feeling. So, and I think that's part of why that's a part of meditation too, is because you're like home and you're developing a home inside your body and that feeling of being home in yourself. And then you can take that anywhere and you can build that with anyone, but it's like anchoring it. You know what I mean? It becomes like a looser concept rather than like home has to be where I grew up. Do you feel like that's home anymore?
No.
Las Vegas.
No.
You go to Las Vegas and you're like, home.
I feel really depressed when I'm home.
Okay.
Well, just mostly because the pace. I think I've kind of taken in too much of the drugs of New York. The night, like
it's like go.
New York City is in my veins so much that anything
you do really thrive here vibrationally. I see that.
Anything at like a slower pace makes me really depressed. Like I'll go back home and I'll just be like, it's like I was never in New York.
Okay, that's the real tea. Okay, that's the real tea.
It's like I haven't spent the last.
You have to imagine yourself having never left, and then you go.
That's the most depressing thing. It's like as if I haven't spent the last 13 years in New York, and I'm just like driving in my mom's car, just like spacing out.
She's exactly the same. I don't know. My mom is she's a very static energy. She's evolved a little bit, but less than I imagine. Because I want, you decide what you want for a relationship sometimes. That's not a good idea.
My mom's slowing down.
Let it be.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it's like, what if I never left here? What if I was always in this headspace?
Ride the track. What if I was always what if
that would be the pleasure of, okay, so one Valentine's Day I made my sister, who is obsessed with getting married, right? So I made her a playlist that was all about being single. Which is
I wanted to do that
very
episode.
Mean. I get it, but I couldn't help myself. Because I was like, girl, you're so obsessed with this thing. Like, I had to like be like, you're not married, you're single. Isn't that horrible? Anyway, I love that. I feel like the pleasure of singleness, the pleasure of doing the thing that, what did I start with? The track. What if I never left here? And then like, what if you really went down that road? All the things that what if could have.
What if you never left your hometown?
What if you never left here?
What if you just went back, like, what if you give yourself, like, time in school? So, like, so give yourself that time in school and then you just went back home.
As if it never happened. And I think that on a level, people would believe it because it's, like, hard to imagine all the years. I don't know.
I know friends that actually live back in Vegas now. So I guess there's people there.
No, obviously, people do it all the time. Nobody leaves Utah. Why?
Yeah.
Why? That sounds so hard and weird. Why would you do that?
But yeah, who are my family in New York? I guess I would definitely just...
Yeah, who's in your chosen family here?
Just the QUEERS.
Really?
And I feel like I've also noticed that lots of, like, a few of the people that I went to school with, college with, they live in Chicago, Atlanta, like, and we would, like, call each other every, few months. But I feel like into, like, the mid and late 30s, I feel like I've, like, realized that, like, that's who I have at this point. And so I feel like we've been, like, connecting we've been better about, calling each other more.
You came more together.
Yeah.
Because there's usually like kind of growth apart. You have this feeling where you're like, am I dragging you back in time with this connection? Do you feel like you've moved on?
Well, I mean, I think for a while, like we spent,
allow that sometimes.
We spent our time apart, and then we're just realizing like we're not meeting that many new people, or rather, or like why not like embrace what we do have, and because like these are the people like I feel like I have like one, maybe two friends from like each college that I went to, and so like these are like these one person, and I just think I like to hold closer like these people that
that have seen you through different versions of yourself.
Yeah, and then we can just talk about
it's layers,
what we're doing now, and it's just like people I can call on the phone too that I don't necessarily need to see. It's we could catch up, or we could see each other after not seeing each other for a long time and just kind of be where we are. And
That's why I like quilting as a medium. There's a lot of layers. And then you stitch through the layer, and you stitch through the layer, and you stitch through the layer, and that's how it feels
You're
to have
finalizing all
to
of
have
that.
like a long-term relationship, and I'm stitching through the whole thing, and we're gonna stitch this together, and we're gonna stitch that together, and then you feel like you have a whole blanket of your life.
And I think actually that I was actually
you.
thinking that stitching together is like just having like activities shared in common. Like,
And it doesn't have to be that deep.
Ways to just create memories, I think, at the end of the... Because actually that's how I'm thinking about my family nowadays, is that like we have memories, but like how do we move forward, like creating, like, I guess bonding with any family is like creating memories.
That was really why I did that gay party with the sisters, where I performed Sisters. I was trying to make a thing, like a moment, and everybody was participating in it. And everyone in my family was like, what are they doing? Like, this is so arbitrary. Because it wasn't like around like already designated holiday thing. I made it about the Wizard of Oz. Like, you know what I mean? It had nothing to do with anything. But I wanted it to be like new core memory creation now. And then we're not dwelling on the past too hard and wishing it was that.
Because that's I feel like a lot of like, and being able to move forward with like okay, we've talked about the past, right? We've done all the past, we can always refer back to the past, and it's always gonna be there.
Yeah.
But like, we should be creating like new memories and like new things.
Let's try and be here now.
Because that's what we got, and like
we got right now.
Yeah.
What else is there? We don't have anything else.
You could spend all your rest of your life thinking about
the past or the future
while moving forward at the same time. So you're just like
the human condition.
And
our brains are just never right here, right now.
What's something new and fresh that something new, fresh, and gay that you've been thinking about?
New, fresh, and gay on a week like this.
You gave me something good with the sheep, but now I'm trying to think of myself. Like what things have I been thinking about that keep me queer?
That keep me
in
gay. This space. Yes. No, we're creating community. I mean, honestly, like getting into kink is one of those things that I've been like.
Well, slight transition. Community.
It's another form of community. It is, and they're really into building it.
But I'm laughing because my version is because Eric has gotten me into Housewives. I recently went to a bar, like a viewing of like Real Housewives of Salt Lake. And that was the first.
To take me. If they have another one, I need to go to that because I've never watched them, and everybody's like, "Oh, but it's where you're from."
It's tonight, it's Tuesdays, but I'm seeing Bat Boy tonight. Anyway,
Bat Boy.
But like having just found the community of like being able to talk about Real Housewives,
exactly.
And even just something like that is also like obviously very queer too. I recently saw a Real Housewives of New York unofficial opera.
I did hear about that. How was it?
It was cute. I mean, it was. I wouldn't call it an opera. It was definitely musical theater. Like there were, I think, like.
Why do you think they called it an opera?
Well, that's what I was going to
say. Okay, all right.
I think some of the roles were, were definitely sung like by like an operatic soprano or something like that. So like there were some tunes that actually kind of required that kind of. That operatic kind of colorature, like voice moment.
Oh, okay.
But then it would drop into like musical theater.
Chest
like
voice.
there was this one song where like
Belting.
Tinsley would like. Well, the thing is, she wouldn't belt. She would go into like that like head voice and then kind of go back to like a pseudo like before pre-belt like whatever. I don't know the technical terms. And so there was actually a good mix of like there was definitely some operatic elements, but it definitely leans more musical.
I would be curious to see that.
But you need to things don't really make sense on Housewives unless you've
watched a
have
lot of
some
Housewives.
context with like
How long do you have? How many episodes do you have to watch to know?
For New York, I mean, I think I definitely skipped some because Eric was just like, this one isn't important, but like you got to see there's some like core episodes. There's some
What makes an episode important?
Like just like really ridiculous unhinged episodes like Scary Island, where just like some woman is going through like kind of a literal psychosis, and so
happens?
like they're talking about this woman and she's just like I think Bethany's after me, like and everyone's like what is happening, like no, and but then there's a point where like the women are talking to her, and she's not responding in any way that's like that makes sense to like what they asked her, for example. Like she just becomes like incoherent.
It's a study of toxic female dynamics.
Yeah, it's entertainment. But there's always got to be one like very like kind of detached person from the group who's on her own planet. And
always formulaically.
Yeah, I mean, I only watch like maybe 3 but then there tends to be always like one like really like oddball that like just adds to the entertainment factor, of course.
Yep, and they bully them into it, and they're the entertainment until.
I mean, it's all exploitation, like, but they need to know, like, it's all for entertainment's sake. These women were chosen for their personalities, and they're like in a possible clash of personalities. Like, it's entertainment.
Oh, but it's a human story, my friend.
No, yeah, and that's exactly. Yeah. Well, then I think you're saying like that's kind of. You get to show yourself, like, be most vulnerable. Like, these are getting, like, everything out. Like, they're very open about, personal lives, financial things sometimes. Like,
they're chosen because they're characters. So it feels like it's, like, real but not real. That's why the
TV,
term real has, like,
production.
Real. Yeah.
Yeah, but...
Redefining realness.
Yeah, but then they open themselves up to like judgment of their family dynamics and their business practices or whatever. And so it's like that's kind of the whole thing, is that like I feel like that show gives everyone else like it opens up the door for people that like judge them. They become kind of like just like instead of
a punching bag.
They become like a punching bag because like then they can feel about themselves for judging other people and not like maybe the people in their life.
Have you ever made someone your punching bag?
I don't think I do that. I would blame myself for anything. I have no like.
Yeah.
Like I'm the first one to admit if like I've done anything that might have even suggested that I was like, or might have even like made it like I don't know. That's just.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just more efficient. Like let's just learn how to like be right.
You are about efficiency.
I'm just like, oh, am I wrong? Okay, let's figure out like.
Okay.
Let's figure this. Okay.
Great.
Let's fix it.
Yeah. The family you choose. The family you don't.
Creating together, I think, is like,
Yeah, it all needs to be an elaborate excuse to make things with your friends.
Make memories, make art.
Memories. Like when you gave us tickets to Cats.
The Jellicle Ball coming back to Broadway in March. I might be on it a little bit, but.
Love getting the gay gigs.
Totally. I mean, I've done all of the gay tours. I did Fun Home. I did Falsettos. 1776.
Winded Phil, hire me.
I almost did the prom. Like, I did
if
all
it's not
of
gay,
the gay ass shows.
Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I got Jinx and Carnegie, I was like, sweet. I needed. This is the validation I wanted.
Jinx talks about chosen family, I feel like, a lot.
She does. I met a lot of them at the after party. They were like...
Just her entourage. It's like chosen family and entourage.
Like kind of Coven is like a lot of the feeling of it.
Totally. And, she would totally say that, right?
Oh, yeah, Coven. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. She's like Queen Witch, and, and I've met someone who does sound with her on all of the things. And so it's like, yeah, they've been building it as a collective, for a lot of years. Because you need a lot of different people in your life to help you move forward if you're going off on your own. You know what I mean? If you're really in the entrepreneurial spirit, if you're really in the like, I'm making it freelancy, you need a lot of different help with that.
Creating art with your family.
Yes. Was your family artistic?
No.
Was there creating together? Was that a thing?
No. That's, I think, the thing is like the most like my mom and dad have like enjoyed music.
Mm-hmm.
But that was never like a thing. I wouldn't necessarily, my dad is probably the most creative person in my family, but he doesn't like create. He just kind of like consumes,
Okay.
fashion and art and, the mediums that he loves opera.
Nice.
So he's like the only one that like really enjoys like things similar to me. And Eric is very much like my dad. It's funny, even like with like even down to like what he wears.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like
Daddy.
there was even a moment where like they both like when they met, they both had a sort of like pea coat on. And I think like I think I noticed like Eric like look at him and like notice he like realized the same thing. I think
He was like, I see what you're
not that they look the same, but
sure.
at all.
No, they don't.
But
yeah, that's cool.
That was a fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there were 5 of us, so you always had a pile of people around. But my dad's spirit was so independent. I think that really drove a lot of the energy in that way, and we weren't really making things together. My sister and I would perform together, which is how sisters happen. But later, after she'd been playing piano and I was playing violin, we tried to like play a sonata together, but it really didn't work. Like,
Aww.
yeah, like our teachers wanted us to do it, but my sister got very like in her head about it, and so it didn't happen. And my older siblings were gone by then, and even though most of my siblings play piano. So
I want to play something with you.
I know, I was working on
Would
my
you
arrangement
like something?
for that.
Would you like? We haven't even proved that we're actual musicians yet.
Put it on YouTube. My brother had all of his children play together. He arranges the hymns, and then they play together in church or on like little recitals. It's like the only time we get to see them.
That sounds like such a Mormon family fantasy. Mormon family fantasy is like get a little string quartet together, and it's it's all your siblings.
Yeah,
fantasy, and like mom's playing piano and someone's singing.
There's
and
a lot of that.
Full
my brother, his family to the T.
Self-contained family orchestra.
Totally.
Honestly, what's the queer version of that? There should be like, we don't have. Stay tuned.
Just little sippies.
So my treat of the week. I love Oreos, but I also I love these like bañadas.
Bañadas.
I think sometimes I see it and it says like enrobed.
Enrobed.
And that's another.
Wow, what a phrase. Do I get one?
Yes.
They're individually wrapped.
Yes, because they're kind of like slightly more expensive, but they're just.
And what does it entail? It's more than just an Oreo.
It's just
it's a
chocolate dip Oreos.
I don't speak Spanish.
And I'm very good at like.
Cheers.
Like taking like tiny bites. The skinny girl in me likes to like savor one as long as I can.
The skinny girl in you. Mm-hmm. Do you dunk it or you just rinse it?
I mean, with regular Oreos, I would prefer to dunk.
Yeah.
I think there's too much of a shell here.
Yeah.
I mean, we could try a little bit. But I get these from my bodega, and I just try to like have like 2 Oreos. Yeah, there's definitely community in like sex,
sexual communities,
or rather, there's community in just like being naked, like people who like being naked around each other, or
nudists.
It doesn't have to be sexy, just be like nudists.
Mm-hmm. That's real. Met a few. Been around it. Am I one of it? I don't know. I've been to nude beaches. Great.
I don't mind doing it.
Yeah. It doesn't feel crazy to me to be naked. My coworker took us there because he doesn't like kids. He doesn't want to be around children. So he can smoke more weed or something. I don't even know, but
I feel a little vulnerable naked.
Sure.
But I think like
sand in your ass crack.
With a little underwear, like skimpy, like then I feel like fine.
Mm-hmm. RIIs Beach, paradise that it is. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's cute. It's cute. I don't know if I would call it a paradise. A paradise in the sense of a sanctuary, I suppose.
Yes, it's the queer sanctuary.
Those rocks.
You can be right here in this little square.
You have 100 feet.
And you're all going to fit.
I can't with those rocks, though.
You gave me.
I can't with those rocks. I've been there and I enjoy it. Just like those rocks.
Mm-hmm.
The beach is
It's too small.
too chunky.
It's a very small beach. Yeah. It's what you do in New York, you know.
Find your community.
Yeah, find your community. There's a lot of different places to look. Yeah. I forget about churches on the regular basis. Even though I did that for so many years.
Girl, we did that.
We did that. Been there, done that. It's not like hobbies, right? When you're doing like line dancing is very popular these days. It's made a total comeback. And not just in Utah. I hear about, especially lesbians.
Breaking news. Line dancing is coming back.
Yeah. Lesbian and queer line dancing. Maybe it never left with straight people. Maybe they were
Cha-cha-cha?
always doing it.
Or like...
It's like a little more do-si-do.
I mean, I did it for my 30th birthday when I was in Nashville, Tennessee.
Did you?
In Nashville, Tennessee, the line dancing, like...
Do that cowboy thing.
Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah. It's probably a great place to hang out if you're sober. I'm sure there's like a lot of that in sober communities.
Sober communities.
Yeah. You have to build community around that, you know, if that's an issue for you.
Emotional bond, right? Because like, what? Emotional
shared
bonding
trauma.
over
Shared trauma.
Shared trauma is a big bonder for some people.
Mm-hmm. Like the event we're going to go to, where it's like all, supposedly it's built for post-classical musicians specifically, which is a shared trauma. Mm-hmm. I was interested in coming to New York for the possibilities of cross-pollination. You know, a lot of times we get segregated into our little clubs.
That sounds very
being able to
sexy.
Yeah, cross-pollinate.
You try to cross-pollinate, come to New York City and cross-pollinate.
Well, it was like when I got into theater and I was like, oh, now I'm working with all these art forms, right? We've got the props people, you've got the dress people, you've got the hair people, you've got the, you know, the stage crew people. I mean, it was just like, and they were all being creative and they all had trades and it's all like, they have to be doing something all the time. And they all trade. There's a lot of trade.
They all trade.
Yes.
If you want to be that messy on a show.
I know. But after an orchestra job, it felt crazy because I was just like, oh my God, I only was allowed to talk to classical musicians in my workplace. That was like the only kind of craft being made. And then to move to like this variety of crafts. And so I keep finding myself being like, can I be more in production? Can I be more like out here where I'm talking to lots of kinds of creativity?
I think it's honestly almost all the people that I am closest to are like musicians at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Which
that's what makes it feel like family.
Well, my general friends, I wouldn't say agree, but like they're just like the few that like I have ended up just being musicians. Mm. So still just at the core of what I do still.
It's an identity. When a friend who is not a musician met you and Chris at family dinner and they were like, wow, you like had a job together, but then you stopped having that job, but you were still friends. I've never experienced that because I've only had one workplace. So it's just a constant into infinitum, this person will exist in your life. And we don't experience that. Right?
True. But I feel like
there's a temporariness. They could come back around.
No, exactly. And I think that's kind of how we think of as like, I did a gig with someone this week who I hadn't seen in like years. Yeah. And she was like, and it's fun. She's like, what? It's kind of fun to remember. Like, what gig did we do? Mm-hmm. And then I realized like, is this gonna happen for like the next 20 years still? Like, I'm just gonna run into people and like how long is like the longest person I would know that I'll like maybe it'll be like 3-5 years till I run into them again just because happenstance on a gig. Mm-hmm. Like flight attendants are kind of like that. Like flight attendants.
Yeah, I can see that.
Flight attendants don't really always like work together on the same like you're kind of always working with someone different.
Always. There's probably some blend of that.
I assume so, but I think I even asked like this
certain
person
roots.
Like always and like almost always, but
I've had so many types.
So many types of people. All the pockets of people just looking to find community.
Looking to come together. Pockets of people. People pocket.
Time to breastfeed.
What do you keep in your people pocket? What do you keep in your people pocket?